Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Corey McCulloch. He is the Scottish Super welterweight champion, aren't you?
Yes, I am, yes.
Yes, the Scottish champion, and you won it, was it last week or the week before?
It was the 6th, so not last weekend, the weekend beforehand.
Yes.
I think.
Where you rematched Fraser.
Yeah.
Talk me through. Well, should we start off with that first fight you had against Fraser?
Yeah, so the first fight came about. I was scheduled to fight for the welterweight title for the best part of a year. There was 3, if not 4, potential opponents that pulled out during that year. The boy that had
the welterweight one.
For the welterweight one, the boy that had the holder of the title, he pulled out twice.
Who was the holder?
It was Stuart Butt. He had it to start with. And then I think he rescheduled after the first date, and then I'm sure he got injured. And then we had it scheduled with Caelan McCauley, and then he pulled out with an injury. And there was 2 other boys that had the opportunity to fight for it, and it ended up potentially just getting shut down. So that was a whole year spent trying to box for the welterweight title. And then the only option was to jump up and fight at super welter.
Yeah.
And Fraser was lined up. The both of us, it just worked out. Both of us wanted to fight. So I've never been one to turn down or shy away for a fight. So that was it was an easy decision for both of us. But yeah, so that's how all that came about for the super welterweight title.
So what went wrong with the first one?
The first fight.
Yeah, you had with Fraser.
We publicly never wanted to come. There was a number of issues. I had a little boy, a little baby in July. And like trying to get used to life as a dad and trying to train was I found it extremely difficult. With that being said, I still managed to get in the gym. I was still getting my rounds, sparring and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there was other external things. At the start of our camp, I cut a massive gouge out my wrist. So I couldn't put gloves on for it was like the 2 weeks at the start of the camp. We had plenty of notice for the fight. I'm sure we got like 12 weeks notice, but usually I train for 8 weeks. So I was like, there's no point in changing anything. I'll start the 8 weeks out from the fight. And I'm a bathroom fitter. And the 8 weeks, the Monday of the 8 weeks I was going to start training, I put a knife basically through my wrist. So for the 2 weeks of the start, I couldn't put gloves on. And it just all went downhill from there.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It was. But I would never, and I'm sure Fraser had, I'm sure, I don't know if it was 1 or 2, but he had opponents pull out on him. And I went through a whole year of it. So
you couldn't pull out of it because it was a big opportunity and people were pulling out on you and him. So it was just getting irritating for you both, wasn't it?
I can completely understand pulling out now after what I should have pulled out that first fight with Fraser, because I would have beat him if I just made sure I was fit and I was ready. I would have beat him and I wouldn't have had to go down the road of being defeated for it.
So how disappointed were you when you took that defeat? How disappointed were you?
I wasn't disappointed at all because it was all my own doing. It wasn't like, I mean, if you put so much work and effort in an 8-week camp or 10, whatever you train, if you put so much time and effort into something and you give up everything to work your ass off to physically make sure you're in the best possible shape and then you get beat, that's soul destroying. That's upsetting for anybody. But when you've half-arsed a training camp, you don't deserve to win. Fraser would have put everything into his training, and he deserved to win that night.
Were you happy with your performance? Or?
Oh, not at all. No, do you know what? I was actually just happy I managed to go the 10 rounds. Because after the first couple of rounds, I just felt I knew I accepted defeat so early on But I had too much heart to give in. I was just going to keep plodding along and hopefully something would come off. But
and you were just
I
hoping
wasn't.
that shot came.
Yeah, I was just hoping I would be too strong. But every time I felt that I could stop him, or I could, every time I knew I hurt him, I didn't have that second, that the engine in me to keep going because I was just flat on my feet the whole fight.
Well,
But it was a lesson well learned.
We saw in that second fight that you did have that power.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the second fight was everything was just fine because we knew
Did the camp go smooth?
Yeah, everything was fine. I knew as long as I didn't have to. I knew that I was too strong and I was too physical for Fraser. But knowing if I just had a good camp, everything would have been smooth. Everyone was going to be fine. We knew that. But it was a great camp, and obviously we were scheduled to fight. I'm sure it was a month beforehand.
Yeah, it was.
So about a month beforehand. So we had been training. So everything just leading up to that night was spot on.
It was a great fight.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. Fraser is a tough cookie. I never thought going into the first fight, because I knew I wasn't 100% fit. I thought I'll be fine because I'm physical enough that I could try and stop him early.
Is that why you went for the immediate rematch?
Yes, I wouldn't have took any other fight other than the rematch with Fraser, or maybe if there was something I got shot down south or something, or a shot at the welterweight title. I wouldn't have took anything else. If I never got offered them, I would have probably hung up my gloves because I didn't want to go back down. I knew that I'm at that level where I should be winning these titles.
Yeah, because you didn't want to go back down to fighting. No offense to the journeyman, but you're above that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I said to my manager Sam, I said, I'm not doing that. I know that this is the level I should be at, but it was my mistake the first time, and I'm surprised Fraser did take
manager as well.
Yes, he's both our managers. Yeah.
So talk me through that. So after round 4, going into that 5th round, did you feel like you were going to stop him in that round?
Yeah, sorry, that's a lie. I didn't. I knew after the 5th onwards, because I always get stronger as the rounds go on. You can light me up and jab my head off for 3, 4, maybe 5 rounds. That 5 rounds onwards, like when you start getting tired and a bit fatigued, that's when my game ups and that's when I feel strongest. So we knew it wasn't going to be a pretty skillful boxing match. We were just going to be rough and gun forward and just keep coming for him. And eventually we knew it would break. Obviously breaking earlier than the 4th and the 5th was fine, but we knew in and over the 5th he was going to be in deep water.
Yeah. Did you feel like people were writing you off going into the rematch because of people didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, and they saw the scorecard 99-91? Do you think people were writing you off a bit?
No. A lot of people up in Scotland, they were actually quite shocked at the first fight, but we never came out publicly. We didn't want to take nothing away from Fraser. Obviously, the young lad like him, he put in so much work and effort, and he won fair and square, right? But the last thing I wanted to do is start running about telling other coaches to ask me what went wrong, blah, 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 and making up excuses. But I think a lot of coaches in Scotland, that everybody kind of speaks, everybody kind of knows each other. A lot of people were shocked that I got beat the first fight. But I never wanted to come and make up the excuses. It is what it is.
It is.
The most it says, I wasn't 100%, and that's that. So a lot of people thought, right, okay, that makes sense. So the second fight, I think a lot of people were expecting a much different outcome, and obviously that's what happened.
Yeah. So when you knocked him down, did you expect him to get back up, or?
Well, that was the first fight. There was no knockdowns or nothing like that.
No, with the second.
The first time I knocked him down, it was quite flash. He recovered quite quick, and like if you've ever seen any of my other fights, I tend to go down as soon as I get touched in the chin. I like to go down for a wee rest. Yeah,
because when you fought Jake Osgood, when you stopped him.
Mm-hmm. That's the first knockdown with Fraser. I think it was the first round. I knew it was just a flash knockdown. He was fine. But I could tell as the couple of times when he went down, You could tell he was fatigued and he was starting to feel the pressure a bit. But when the ref stopped in the fourth, it was just going to get worse as the rounds went on.
Yeah.
I was just going to keep getting stronger and more.
You mean when you stopped him in the fifth?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was put him down just before the stoppage.
Yeah. And then
he
he
took
got
a minute
up,
to
didn't
get
he?
back up. Yeah, he got back up, and then my coach Shug, he was screaming, "Put it all on him! Put it all on him!" Because I'm sure there was still a good bit of the round left. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then that's what we done in the ref. It was the right decision because
Yeah.
you could tell he was starting to struggle, and I was just going to get stronger throughout the round. So
Is it going to be a trilogy? Is he's won one and you've won one, or?
oh, that would make sense. But he did say he was. I don't know if he's got anything else planned, but he did say he would want to do a trilogy down the line. So I don't know what he's planning on doing in between. But my plan is to go and try and get the title at welterweight now.
Oh, so
Just
you want
because
to
I
be a
spent
two-weight Scottish champion?
yes, because nobody up. Well, from where I'm from has done that, so it'd be pretty good. And I've spent a year trying to get a shot at that title, so
And
it's only fair
you've
that I
won
get it.
it, and now you just two-weight Scottish champion.
It'd be good, yeah.
That sounds good.
So I don't see. I think I deserve it after being bummed out so many fights for
Who's the
a year.
welterweight Scottish champion?
That's so the boy. A boy won it maybe 2-3 months ago. And
Who was
vacated
it?
it. I'm sure it was. I'm sure his name's Robbie Graham.
Oh, Robbie.
Yeah, so he vacated it straight away.
Oh, so
And
we won it and then he vacated.
He won it and he vacated, and now it's been fought for tomorrow night. I'm sure. What's the Friday? Yeah, so tomorrow night. I think boy Alfie
Paul.
Alfie, yes, and
Liam Phillip,
Phillips.
isn't it? Phillips.
They're boxing for it tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, so ideally, would you want the winner of that one?
Yes, in a perfect scenario, yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
But I'll need to see how that plays
keeping
out.
a close eye on that?
No, I would have liked to go down, but obviously having the baby and stuff like that, I would much rather be up here with him. So, regardless who's winning, I'm gonna make an effort to try and get that fight. But
so when do you think that fight would be? Later on this year, like what month?
Hopefully this year. I'm hoping to get out. I go on holiday in 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm away to America for a couple of weeks, so I would ideally like to get a wee bounce fight beforehand.
Maybe like if you can't get a 10-rounder, maybe just like a 6-rounder, just to stay active.
A 6-rounder just to stay active. Then stay active. Go abroad for a couple of weeks, and then when I come back, then we can get a date locked in for hopefully that or a defense, because I don't want to play around. Like you say, no disrespect to any of the roadmen, but I don't enjoy the fights. Oh, 100%. 100%. But I don't want to do that. I would do that before my holiday just to stay active, just to tick a box.
Yeah. But I understand, mate. Yeah.
It was to go into a 10-rounder. We were trying to get a Celtic title before I went on holiday.
Oh, but, the Celtic belt, because I think that's the step up, isn't it? Because then you can fight somebody from Ireland as well, can't you?
Yeah. Well, that's what there was a name. Coming to it was there was a name thrown in, but
welter or super welter?
It was super welter.
Yeah.
But this was like 7 weeks out, and I had just fought, so it was kind of a bit.
Maybe if your fight was a month earlier, then you never know, you could have fought. But
yeah, I would have been more than happy to do that. But
so for you, what's the ideal goal for the rest of 2023?
Probably win the welterweight one and defend. Maybe step back up and defend my super welterweight one. Ideally, in my head, that would be great.
Title, is that like a?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really care what belt. I just want another one.
You just want a strap. You just want those straps.
Ideally, it'd be great to. I've got my super welterweight one. If I can't get a shot at the welterweight title, I'll maybe fight for a Celtic at super welterweight.
Why have you never rematched CJ Woods?
Sorry?
You know when you forced CJ Woods, it was a draw. Why did you not rematch him, or
Because
why
he's too
wasn't that?
tough. He's too tough.
Hmm.
Me and CJ speak just now. Speak to this day. Um, he's boxing on the road now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I would love for him to come up and we could have another dance around because that was a great fight. But yeah, we speak quite a lot. We still speak just now.
yeah. I've seen a few of his fights. Yeah, he is very tough, isn't
He's as tough as they come. Yeah,
he? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I was lucky to get away with a draw that day. I walked
Did
it
you?
in the
What do you
vet.
think you lost?
Well, he knocked me down. I never knocked him down. It was I was a completely underestimating. See, when you never judge a book by the cover, you heard that
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Yeah, never do that. Stupid. Because I assumed boy on the road don't need to be 100%. I was actually 100% fit,
What
but
have you looked at past people before?
I did do it. Like you just,
What
I
about
don't believe.
that the Elliot fight when you fought Elliot well?
Oh, that was a disaster. That was during COVID. Everything was great. Like the losing the weight was a struggle, but apart from that, we were fit. Everything was great for that. But
How
I
tough
just
was it
got
to
caught.
take your first defeat?
Well, oh, in the first round, the first
Yeah, like
TV show, it was
how hard
sickening.
is it to come
Oh,
back from
sickening.
a defeat?
Tell you what, that is one boy. That was one boy I would love to fight again because we put so much into that, and then traveling down, and
Was it
because of
on
COVID,
TV?
it was on what was it on? That ESPN Plus channel.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
great. Everybody was tuned in up here, and then for it to end the way it did was horrendous. But do you know what? It's all just been part of the journey, the book that I'm writing. It's just
Do you think
it
that
just
defeat
makes
made
it
you?
so worth it.
Do you think that defeat has made you like a better fighter?
No, no. Do you know what? Like I felt so comfortable when the first bell went. I was like, I'm at this level. I feel that I believe I'm at this level. And
Yeah.
then when it was over so quick, just it was a beautiful shot. And I stood up. I was hoping to keep going, and the ref waved me off because he could obviously see the pain in my face.
Mm.
But I never got to show nothing. And on a platform like that, I've wanted to show what I can do against an undefeated guy. Everyone was there. It was a great fight for both of us, and
What
I
month
just
are
got
you?
caught.
What month are you trying to get back out in the ring? Like roughly, what month?
So I'm due to go. Looking at the calendar, I'm due to go away on the 30th.
Hmm.
Yeah, the 30th of June. I'm due away. So ideally, the boy we train with Ryan Gall at our gym.
Hmm.
He's boxing on the 24th of June. So I'm going to try and get out then.
On his, is is he fighting for a title?
No, no, no. He's fighting Kyle Boyd, a live
Oh
fight, a
yes,
50-50 fight.
because I think I've watched them fight before. I can't remember when.
Uh-huh.
I've watched them fight. Yeah. So
So the both them are
ideally,
going to go at it.
24th of June.
Yes, the 24th, or well, that's the only time it would take to be the 23rd or the 24th, whatever was going about then. But it would just be a nice wee runabout just to get me out before my holiday.
Who do you think's gonna win, Alfie Paul or Liam?
Uh, I'm not sure. Liam fought Ryan and was quite strong against Ryan. I've never seen that Alfie fight,
I think he's
so I
coming
think
off as two stoppage wins.
is it two stop? Is it how
Oh
many
no,
fights has he had?
mate, I think he's 4-0 or something.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
maybe one.
I think that's.
He's coming off a stoppage win. I'm not sure about two, but he's
Uh,
definitely coming off a stoppage
yeah.
win.
He's definitely. I'm sure his last fight he definitely stopped the boy. Um, but I think that's a genuine 50-50 fight. That is.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's going to be a good fight. That one.
yeah. It was, that is like I couldn't pick. I couldn't pick. I've not seen. I just know it's going to be a proper 50-50. So,
Yeah,
but may the best man win, and hopefully I get a shot at them next.
yeah. Let's hope so.
Yeah,
Maybe back
I
end of
know.
this year. Fingers
Oh,
crossed.
it'd be great. It'd be great.
Yes. And before I let you go, Corey, do you want to shout out just anyone who's helping you in your career?
My wee boy Mac, baby Mac. He's only 9 months. So when he's older, one day when you make it in the big time and you're interviewing all these superstars, I can make my son watch this back. Yeah.
Yes, mate. I appreciate that.
No bother, my man.
And yeah, congratulations on winning your title, mate, and many more to come.
Thank you, my man. You take care, right? Keep
Thank
doing
you,
what you're
mate.
doing.
Cheers,
Get
pal.
Sweet. Bye bye.
Speak to you soon.